Well, hey folks, I'm making this video because there seems to be a lot of hatred on YouTube and online for different manufacturers of batteries, especially these Walmart batteries. And I've really never had a bad experience with them. I usually get, the 3 years that they're guaranteed for. Now, this one here, the Ever Start Maxx, apparently when I got this, it was a 3 year free replacement. And then you got a 2 year prorate. So a total of 5 years. I thought it was just simply a 3 year. But regardless, you can see when I put it in there, May of 2018. Now it's December of 2024. So you can do the math on that, figure out how many years that's been. And there's still nothing wrong with this battery. It starts fine, it cranks fine, it tests fine. The only reason I'm changing it out is because I'm up here in northern Nevada and we're getting down to like 15 degrees overnight. And, being that it's this old, I bought this when I still lived in Las Vegas all that time ago. Um, just a little nervous, that it could go at any time. So I bought a new Walmart battery, threw it in the car. This one's still good. I'm not even going to turn this as a core. I'll just throw this on Marketplace and sell it for like, 30 or 40 bucks. And I guarantee you someone will come buy it right away. But that's my experience. And like I say, I bought this when I still lived in Vegas. That was May of 18. We moved up here in December of 18. And I've been here ever since. And we get up here 105 degrees in the summertime. Um, that's about as hot as we ever get up here. Usually about 100 degrees or so in the summer, give or take, or less, but right about there. And in the winter, we'll get down to 10, 15 degrees here where I'm at. Some places we drive the car to, it'll be colder. But anyways, it definitely gets the hot and the cold, and it's held up just fine. Now, usually a battery at full charge, brand new, will rest at about 12.8 volts. This one was just pulled out the car as it was running, so we got a static charge of 13.5 there. I'll go ahead and throw a 100 amp load on here, and we'll see if it'll knock the static charge off, and we'll get a better reading. Hold on. All right, so I have the old Harbor Freight carbon pile 100 amp tester on here. I haven't tried this in a while. We'll see what it holds. This battery's rated for 700 cold cranking amps. I doubt if it's going to be anywhere near that, being this old. Here we go. And you see, that's why I'm replacing it. It's still holding 400 amps. No trouble. You can see that. So it holds 400 amps. And it's rated for 700. So you can see it's lost some of its capacity, but it's still perfectly fine. Okay, now that we got that charge knocked off of it, that overcharge, from being in the vehicle basically, we're holding right here at 12.6 volts, which is still a very, very good battery. Now, folks, a lot of you might be asking, why are you swapping it out if it's still holding at 12.6 volts, still holds a 100 amp load of 400 amps? Obviously it's still a pretty good battery. The wife said it's pretty old. Swap it out so she doesn't get stranded, because that's usually what happens. This is her car. It's a little 4-cylinder, so that 400 amps can crank it over. I have noticed, though, it definitely doesn't crank over as fast as it used to. It still cranks fine, but, what if? You know what I mean? Just better to replace it now. Better to be safe than sorry, especially in the cold weather. Yeah, so if I'm doing the math right, this battery's nearly 6.5 years old, right? Because I got it May of 2018, and right now it's 12 of 2024. So that's a 6.5 year old battery, and still kicking. It's your Walmart battery. Don't let the brands fool you. Don't let that sway you, folks. Buy your battery wherever you can get the cheapest battery from. That's what I always do. I mean, the only reason I got this one here at the time, that's all they had in stock. Back then it was probably, I don't know, probably $80 or $90. It's gone up now to like 130 for a new 3-year warranty battery. They don't do the 2-year prorate anymore. Anyways, folks, that's been my experience. I've always gotten at least 3 years out of these Walmart batteries. Matter of fact, I have one in my Expedition 5.4 liter V8, and that battery, I got it at the very beginning of 2019 when we first moved up here. And I've had that battery in that vehicle this whole time. And honestly, it sits more than it gets driven, and that's harder on a battery than anything. And it still cranks right up. Matter of fact, I just drove the vehicle to Vegas and Colorado, and I didn't even think nothing of it. So whoever says these Walmart batteries are worse than other batteries, you're wrong. They're all made in the same damn factory. Uh, once upon a time they were made in the U.S. Then they were made in Mexico. And I don't know, they might be made in China now, the new ones. I really don't know. They're either made in Mexico or hopefully they're still made in Mexico. I don't know where this one was made at. But yeah. All right, folks, that's my experience.